Cobalt King calling headquarters. 1200. 4. 76. 12. Beginning descent. Do you copy? Cobalt King calling headquarters. 1200. 4. 76. 12. Beginning descent. Do you copy?
Copy that, 1200. 4, 76, 12, Cobalt King.
Navigation says we're on target above the city. Countergravity anticipated. In 3, 2, 1, and it's a go. .22. Hit him hard. Cobalt King to the pack. 2 Merensteins at 55. I'd rather not have to face them one-on-one. Copy that, Cobalt King. 20 and 22. There are 2 Merensteins at 55. No, 54. That'll do it. Pack, close up. Let's scatter this floating fortress around a little. Bellwether, 22 reported. 21 and 9 have got my back. Resist me, you'll smash against the trench wall. I'll have to make a contact. Romeo! Damn it! Bellwether, point is down. Affirmative, 22. Time capsule active. Let's go. This is how it's done, fellas. All present and accounted for? Pack, close up and report. Cobalt King, airspace in your zone is spick and span. Much obliged, Bellwether. Cobalt King to headquarters. 600, 4, 112, 12, in position. Half near to launch.
Copy that, 600, 4, 112, 12, Cobalt King.
Roll Janet has successfully blocked the move.
The fourth Unity. 3 bombs killed 664,000 Inkies that day, to the elated cries of nearly 2 billion citizens of the Empire. But this is also where I lost my son. He was the pilot of the Cobalt King, the bomber that carried the 4th bomb, the one that never dropped. He did the unthinkable. Unprecedented in the history of military aviation, he ignored his orders. According to the news, the co-pilot buried a bullet in my son's brain that very instant. An Imperial father would have been shattered to hear of this treason and struck dumb with shame. Me, I'm just a collaborationist father, a secondary citizen who resembles an Imperial father only in grief. I have not torn my clothes from my body in mourning. I have not apologized for the actions of my progeny. I have sworn revenge.
Moneta Point. We call it the Eternal War, but to be realistic, the bombing of Mirage Mountain all but wiped our nation off the map. Since the war broke out, more than 2 million Enkies have vanished without a trace. Imperial stormtroopers and collaborationist headhunters dragged them away, women, men, and children alike. The way we figure it, data in the Moneta research base might point us to their location and how we may be able to help them. We shall take every measure, no matter how few our numbers may be.
Ito, it's Driad. We're at the Rift. Beginning descent.
Good luck, Akita. Activity in the confinement area is about what we expected. I'll make a little noise to draw their attention. Driad, hold on. I think I saw something strange. I'll make a lap around the observation tower.
What is it, Ito?
Nothing. Sorry for the false alarm. Wait. Damn. How to sneak up on him? Akita! Akita!
Didn't get that help?
God fucking damn it. Fuck. Die, you son of an ass. Akita!
Mines.
I hope you die in there, Coss.
I'm in the service tunnel. Peary, where are you, Peary? Ah, I see your watchdogs awake.
Regis Peary, 8th Barracks, Block 2. I hope my intel is correct. You'd better be in here. I don't feel like killing any innocent people today. Not that anyone in Bokumono could even be considered innocent, hidden away so deep in the devil's ass. I'll pay you double, you piece of shit.
Regis Peary was the gunner of the Cobalt King, 5th in a staff of 7. He wasn't my son's killer, but my revenge caught him up, as it did all other members of that damn crew. It took me circles to find him. The Empire cast him into Bokumono for rape. And for all anyone cared, he could have rotted there forever. The girl he raped was an Inky named Miriam Magusa, but her racial handicap was a well-kept secret. Should it ever come to light, she'd end up in a dirty, forgotten labor camp like the rest. So far, she's dodged suspicion. Imperialists are too half-witted to look beneath the surface. She was young and tough, but more important for my purposes, she was a pilot who could be politically compromised. I needed her to help me pay that bastard back for the death of my son. Peary wormed his way into her body. I did the same with her soul. I threatened her with exposure, so she stuck by me.
All right, Miriam. You may not like it, but you're the bait. You've got to alert the entire defense net.
And then? Will you leave me be? Koff, will you let me go?
We'll see, my dear.
The ridge. Lots of aerial defense.
I'm coming now, baby. Ease it in.
call.
I'm in the service tunnel.
Rock, hang back. I've got to clear the cave first. Copy that, Dryad. Thanks.
Dryad, hold on. I think I saw something strange. I'll make a lap around the observation tower.
What is it, Ito?
Nothing. Sorry for the false alarm. Wait. Damn, it's a sentinel. Had to sneak up on me.
Ito, get the hell out of there as fast as you can. Ito! The Rock, what happened?
There's a huge storm over there. Communications are shot.
The Rock, the passage is clear. Guide the carrier through. I'll keep the guard train busy. Get that can docked.
Dryad, it's Duroc. Carrier in place. I repeat, carrier is in place.
Sergeant says we'll need at least 200 meters since we still have no clue what we're even looking for.
Do it!
It's Duroc. We're packed. I repeat, we're packed. Heading for the surface now.
Nicely done.
We didn't lose a single person during the Manita operation, but we lost an entire civilization. The scientific data and documents we found there were horrific, beyond what we could imagine. The Imperials, hoping to develop technology that could control time, burned out or otherwise destroyed all their Enki captive sensory organs in order to make them more docile and easier to handle. These deaf, blind, nerveless creatures are indistinct from the worms in the Manita caves. Except for their dreams, that is. The only thing that keeps them from simply expiring is their occasional remembrance of life, inspired, of course, by a fear of death. The project could be described as a nation living in fear, serving as slaves to a planet. There's no technology that can fix what's been done to them. There is no way to right this wrong. Even if we free our people, we cannot give them back their lives. It's over for the Yankees.
Past and future. These concepts don't have much meaning for people who can easily visit both. Still, one can live an entire lifetime without ever looking back or forward. Ultimately, it is only the present and ourselves, our own happiness and comfort, that we take into account. Where can this pride of self go? And what shall we become without descendants, or without being able to pay respect to the trials and beliefs of our ancestors? We may be citizens of the world and advocate interplanetary peace and community, yet our ancestors shed their blood for flags and totems, and their families made up a close-knit tribe. A nation. Language and land kept them together. But this too may fade. The entire universe is composed of units and subunits. Tissue is made of cells, and cells of atoms. This is the essence of nature. The same nature that made a mockery of me. It was my fate to be childless. The flame that burns brightest burns quickest, and with a future denied me, this is how I chose to live my life. I had hoped the raid of the Iborg factory in the Cardinal Canyon would let me burn as bright as the stars.
It's Duroc. Aerial defense is minimal. I'll begin infiltration momentarily.
Copy that, Drac. You should be able to open the gate by eliminating the sentry guns.
Thanks, Lintha. First charge out. I passed security, and I'm inside the plant.
Perfect. You'll be coming to a junction soon. You'll have to follow the path of the raw material transporter. You've got to hide in the supplies.
You want me to fly inside the raw material?
Yes, and do it fast. Be careful.
yard, I made it through. Third, fourth, and fifth charges out.
Good. You're almost there. Now, let's see what you can do.
I got the Garai on the little moon. The sons and daughters of this lazy, simple nation support their slovenly way of life with their constitutional right to hold and trade military-grade robotics. Why I bought a Garai is simple. It's top of the line and the pride of the Empire. I found pleasure in the irony. Perhaps it's of greater interest why I tested it in the Cardinal Canyon, 34 circles before the factory that builds this model was even constructed. Amusing though that may be, that's not why I came. Memories guided me. Memories of my son. He was just a child when we came here to hunt. It was a perfect place for a boy adventurer, thoroughly exotic. If it rained steaming, acrid heat. But our hunt was looked over by brilliant sunlight. A psychiatrist would easily arrive at a diagnosis. I tested the freshly purchased Garai at that very time, in this very place, because I wished to punish the Empire the very moment it stuck its toe into my paradise. The psychiatrist would be right. If only I had spent more time with my son. Maybe, if I still could, my heart would find peace. The Cardinal Canyon is a sacred place to me.
This is amazing.
Smugger. They suck up cloud matter and extract the splendium from the atmosphere.
Can we see one closer up?
Yes, but be careful, son. And be quick. They probably have some kind of defense mechanism.
Awesome. This thing is badass.
I'll be waiting for you on the ground with my new friends, the angry insects. I'm a fair piece ahead of you. Careful with those insects. Their poison is just as dangerous as your own weapons. Come on through the narrow wormhole. There's the trail of the label. You see?
Yeah, I see it.
Getting close. I can feel it. Dad! I've got to make an emergency landing in the next clearing. My valve system is smashed to pieces. Come on. This is too big for one of us to take on alone, and it doesn't seem happy to have been disturbed. Do you hear me, son? Get out of there.
He's wounded. I can get him. I'll smash you good. Dad! I got him! I killed a LaBelle!
Congratulations, my boy.
Charge 6 out. I've reached the inner ring.
Get out of there immediately! Charge 6 went off early. The north wing is destroyed.
There's nothing to be done about it, Dryad. It's no good. Seems I'm stuck.
Duroc, there must be some sort of outlet on the ceiling somewhere.
It's no use. I checked the book. Today's my day. This was it. I'm going to detonate the charges.
No! Damn it, Duroc!
A gem among the stones. This is how she thought of herself and how she lived her life. We envied her for it and we hated her for it. But she fought for our cause, so we put up with her constant personal insults, her relentless pride, and her pretension. Duroc, the last Anki aristocrat, died that day at the Cardinal Canyon, her body encased in molten metal. But at that moment, we finally recognized the worth she always claimed to possess. Was she a hero? The old world died along with her. That was the world that still had heroes to give. We're a defeated band of war survivors. We would be afforded no heroes, alive or dead. The winners write the history books, and that is not our privilege. We will eternally be sinners and criminals. This is not what Duroc deserved. She hoped to leave a loftier legacy. At the very least, she left an indelible mark on me. It was she who made me realize that we can gain no satisfaction from being the hunters, and certainly not from being the hunted. If we cannot become heroes, we must become demons. Demons of a timeless world, nightmares of the Leal Empire.
The plan was a mad and desperately complex one. Return to the day of the bombing, reach the city as it falls under siege, take over the Inky aerial defense tower, then strike the bombing squad so severely that they had no hope of dropping their deadly cargo. This would be a mighty feat for a well-organized army, let alone a small group of 3. There's the graybeard seeking revenge, the wavering lady who'd rather stab a knife in his back, and an Abad. I would seriously question the sanity of the man who conceived such an operation, if that man were not myself. The Abad was the key. Only a Garai is capable of aiming with such accuracy, and only a programmed bucket of bolts and a blackmailed skirt could be convinced to venture into that hell in the first place. I've sent them there to change the history of our entire world, all in the hope of saving one single man.
I'm 600 units behind you, keeping the gap constant until target is reached. Coordinates synchronized. Copy that, Garak.
God damn it! God damn it!
Saved message addressed to Akita Driad. Distance to target is 350, and the diversion operation has so far been successful. At the top of the hill will trigger a full-scale Imperial military alert. I can only pray you'll succeed as well. Saved message. Pause.
One man's virtue is another man's sin. Inkies are monogamous, which is widely known as a primary cause of jealousy and sexual frustration. In the Empire, citizens of over 60 circles end their lives through ritual suicide. They do this with dignity in order to make space for the new generations, bursting with strength. This is an act for which they are greatly admired. Other nations live together with their foul-smelling elderly, who waddle about in need of constant care, who cling to their families like leeches until their natural end. The Empire seeks to free these people from themselves, abolish their pagan customs, and bring freedom of spirit and the power of democracy to these savage lands. But just as I say, feast for one means famine for another. People of the Empire uphold their freedom through a complex rule system. They embrace freedom as a concept and in name. But true individual freedom would be considered a slap in the face of community. If I can keep 2 irons in 1 fire, I may be able to succeed. While Miriam and the Garai are trying to save my son in the past, I've been preparing for my revenge in the future. The last living member of the Cobalt King crew, Zach Gully, the co-pilot. You were so keen to carry out your orders that you saw fit to put a bullet in my son's head. Today, you'll get what you deserve.
Got you, miserable old. There's no escape. Nice little toy you've got there, but nothing can save your ass now.